Hi guys, welcome to Alté Ldn podcast. We're back again, actually for the last episode of the series.
We are, guys.
Episode 10 of season 2. Episode 10. Yeah, finished, man. We're done. I don't know how 20 episodes altogether we've done.
Which is really crazy. It's really crazy.
It's gone very fast.
I think, definitely. We started with no expectations, really.
And
kind of didn't really know where it was going to go as well.
Yeah.
So definitely. It feels ages ago. It was like 4 months ago, which is...
When was it though? Was it April?
It was May.
April?
It was May that we put our first episode out. So literally 4 months ago. And it's
been a minute.
I mean, so much has happened since then.
A lot has happened in like both personal and in world life, everything.
A madness.
So
an actual...
So that's why we wanted to take this time to let you guys get to know us a bit more. I think you guys know what we like and what we don't like, but like just to really know us a little bit deeper, I guess.
Wait, I should say, I mean, maybe for the final episode, so we've got Charlene and you've got Afia.
Doing first. Okay. Yes, no, I like it. Right. And Afia. You wanted to say I'll do this time. Right.
But nice. it's been an absolute whirlwind, guys, and obviously we'll start with and probably end with by saying like really appreciative for the support. I mean, we're almost at like 900 listens, which is like nothing we'd ever imagined, that's really crazy, like in like in
the grand scheme of things,
for real. Like I mean, it's definitely really hard starting a podcast, especially where I guess if you like it was kind of niche when it started, but it's just like I think it's really a testament to demonstrating that we should you shouldn't ever like move away from what you like or what you're interested in, or like what kind of fits with you, like exactly. Maybe other things might have been more popular as such, but that's okay. Everyone's got their own journey, but I think as long as we stay sort of like authentic and true to ourselves, this is what we do, I think it's a testament to that. So no, thanks so much, and we both appreciate it so much.
And with that said, let's get into this episode.
Yes.
So as we said, like we want you guys to get to know us a little bit more. We're just gonna be talking about just our lives, I guess, like growing up and shit like that, which we've already kind of gone to in other episodes, but I guess like a bit more in depth. So I've got a few questions for Charlene. She's got a few questions for me. My first question to Charlene, which people probably already know, but what is your heritage, just in case people don't know?
In case people don't know. I'm from Sierra Leone, which is...
Does it sound like those offensive questions? Like, no, but where are you really from?
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Well,
where are you really from?
Triggered.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, we know about microaggressions out here. People be like, where are you from? I'm from South London, okay? No, I'm from Sierra Leone, and I would never even claim London like that. So yeah, I'm from,
you know what I mean?
I'm from all the UK, yeah. Sierra Leone, not born and raised, but born and raised in the UK, but in my mind it was in like a very much a traditional Sierra Leonean household. Maybe I wasn't doing chores in the same way, but like very much still in the culture, and also because I traveled there so much as well, like I very much felt it was a part of my life. Sierra Leone, for those that don't know, we got diamonds. You man must have watched Blood Diamond, or if not, we also have some tragic things like such as a mudslide or Ebola. We're literally on the western like little hook of the continent of Africa. We're bordered by Guinea and Gambia, something like that. Definitely Guinea and or Gambia, or both in fact. One of them countries. We're like literally a country away from Ghana, and then like quite a few countries away from Nigeria, but we're all considered West Africa.
Shout out to Nigeria independence. It's Nigerian independence, isn't it?
Is it today?
It's today.
Might be, yes. Shout outs my Niger people. Come on.
Do you ever, when you go to Sierra Leone? When you go to Sierra Leone, do you ever like travel to the places surrounding it?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we haven't driven to anywhere else yet, but definitely in the cars, and we passed bit by though, like on the plane though, for sure. But yeah, not by car. But I really want to do like a road trip. It's just kind of like all long, but definitely want to do it. There's some honestly beautiful places in Sierra Leone. Like I was gonna say, like, where do you recommend? Yeah, like Obviously you got Freetown, which is a city, and it's sick there, but to be honest with you, when you travel out, like we have the Wara Mountains, look that up, it's absolutely insane, like one of the best places to do like hiking in the world. We obviously have amazing beaches. I've spoken about that before. We have a lot, like pretty much all our beaches are white sand. And so it's just absolutely crazy. And so pretty much on most of the beaches now, there's like beach resorts and things like that. But yeah, no, honestly, it's a country with a lot of promise. Definitely still kind of raw in terms of tourism. There isn't really any. Aside from COVID, there just wasn't really any tourism anyway. It's kind of mainly just like NGOs or like native people from there. So yeah, definitely a country is kind of untouched. But I guess, you know, Idris Elba's trying to do bits right now. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, no, this is my country, man. I ride for it hard. Anyone who knows me knows that I don't ever stop talking about it.
No, you do. I know, I love that though.
I literally,
you have to though.
I feel like I'm trying to raise the profile, man. But yeah, how about yourself, miss?
I was just what you said though, like I was gonna say, like I think most like black British people of our age who like were in their like mid-20s or whatever, I think we really cling to our culture like so much more than like maybe our parents even, because like even if as a black person in the UK that everyone's always gonna have to say, oh yeah, you're not actually really British though, so like it's like, what do I cling to if I'm not really British? What am I? So we're always like so like hard trying to like cling on to our stuff back home, and I think that's something that's really important to me,
to be honest.
Especially
It gave us hope. It gave us hope though. It gives me hope.
Yeah, exactly. Because this country, boy, it's wild. It's
not built for us.
So I don't know how long I'm trying to stay
and neither is
here,
America, to be quite frank. Like,
do you know what I mean?
It's not built for us. So you know, at the end of the day, and that's the reality of it. And I think, you know, with everything that's going on, as we know, and we might get into this more, but you know, they're talking about having to change the systems. I agree, because the systems that are in place around do not work. But the reality of it is somewhere like the UK, it's really quite unlikely to happen. You know, we're not even really acknowledging it in the UK. You know, prejudices and racism or whatever the case is, discrimination. Like, we're not even acknowledging it. At least in America, they're acknowledging it. I mean, we'll talk more about that, you know, probably. But
yeah, we'll get into it.
But yeah, you know. But yeah, no. What about you? Because I mean, Afia feels as strongly about her country as I do mine. So
I know we both love off our countries and ride for our countries hard. So like there's two different halves of mine. One half I don't know so well, but I'll go into that in a second. But yeah, the side that I'm like really close and connected with is my Bayesian side. So my mum's side is from Barbados and my dad's side is Jamaican. So yeah, Barbados, love Barbados, everything about it. I went there, I think the first time I went there I was like 8 years old. I was like super young.
What was that like for you? Would you remember anything? Like, was there any specific things that stick out? Or
I love the beach, and the thing is I can't swim. Everyone knows I can't swim, but I love to be in the water. So like that's why I remember just getting in the water. I can't.
The way you tried to skip over
I
that
can't
too
swim,
quick,
but I love to be in the.
She's like, everyone knows. No, let's say it out loud. You can't swim, but you
No,
like
I can't
to be
swim.
in the water.
But I like to be in the water, and it's dangerous. Yes, I know.
Okay.
Because you've already cussed me about it. She's like, but Afia, it's a life skill, which I
it is a life skill.
It is a life skill. Like it really is. And like I'm kind of annoyed that like I didn't get my mum or dad or whatever.
But it's never too late. It's never too late.
I know it's true, but I'm embarrassed.
No, girl, I got you. No, but I got you. I'm actually the person that's been trying to teach some of my adult friends to swim. So I got you. I got you.
Let's do it then.
On the roll.
Well, I'm holding you to that. So
I got you.
By the end of next year, I'm gonna swim.
Yeah, that's realistic because right now no one's going to Naples. So, but exactly. I got you.
So we're trying to swim. But yeah, I remember. That's what I remember mostly. Bit of history of my family. So like my family first came here when I think it was like maybe during Windrush, if not slightly after. But my granddad first came to the UK. My Bayesian granddad. He was like mid-20s or something, and then shortly after he sent for my nana, who was only 21. She said came here literally super young. She came here literally with only the clothes on her back.
Oh my days.
And we're like, right, what are we gonna do? Let's just figure this out. My granddad was in my granddad was in the Royal Air Force, and then that's how he was able to like they've done bits, and that's how he's able to afford our house that we still live in now. And like and then my nana was a nurse, so like so you guys obviously know like Windrush history, like a lot of the Caribbeans came over and Africans as well, like to obviously help with the NHS, military services, all that sort of stuff. So that's what my grandparents were doing, and like I don't know if they wanted to or didn't want to get married, but basically when they wanted to get a house, which is another interesting part, my granddad had to get his friend to view the house that he wanted to live in because they were just like not letting black people in the area. They were like,
my gosh.
He tried to go and they were like, what are you doing here? He's like, fuck. So like he got his friend to view it. The friend was like, sick. And then obviously the black family moved in and everyone's like, what the fuck? So yeah, but yeah, they had to get married, I think, to secure that house, or it might have been another property. But yeah, they had to get married because the landlord was being really funny about it. So yeah, that's when my grandparents got married, so really young, and they had their 4 kids, and yeah, that's how I went the UK. Well, my mum is anyway.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Them. Yeah, so that's their story. And then my dad's side is something that I don't know too well, and I wish to get more of it, because like, well, if you know me well enough, me and my dad were in contact, then we fell out of contact. We're in contact again now. So that's my Jamaican side. I know about his mum. She came to the UK when I think the same age, like super young, like mid-20s or whatever. Had my dad in Birmingham, and then like, yeah, unfortunately she'd passed away. It was just like a sudden death thing. I think she might have had a brain aneurysm, something like that. It was like, yeah, super sad. Wow. But he was really young, so I never met her or anything like that. But yeah, my Jamaican side isn't what I don't know so well. I'm sure we've got like, you know how it is, bare family that you just don't even know about.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's difficult. And bear in mind that both my family come from the same country. It's even still like bare families that I don't even know about. So boy, like, yeah,
they're just popping up.
The thing about what I love though about so much about black people and black culture is that everyone is cousins, fam. Like, it's a good thing and bad thing, because one, it's a bit hard to marry out here, because it's like, oh, we thought we were cousins but we're not really, but we are. So like,
no, it's so
but at the
true,
same time though, like, it's just such a community, like, and it's just so beautiful. And like the area that I live in London, like, it's just very much a black community. Like, it's actually nice. Like, my neighbours,
it's quite Caribbean, isn't it?
Fam, I live in the fucking Caribbean, bruv.
Caribbean.
It's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. But yeah, no, like, Caribbean shops every corner type thing. Nothing. I mean, that's what I grew up with. Like, a lot of the people that I went to school with when I was younger were Caribbean. And even like, you know, my neighbours, stuff like that. Like, even to where I live now, we didn't move into so long ago. And like, even though we haven't really, I won't lie to you, we haven't taken the time to really like get to know our neighbours as such, but it's like, it's one of them ones where Saturday morning people putting their bins out, they're like, oh, you're right, like, straight away. And that's the kind of community you get, like, when you have like sort of like black neighbours, to be honest.
Everyone looks out for each other in it. It's
100%.
Nice.
Like, it's actually nice. Like, and of course, like, there's some white people dotted around, but it's actually nice that a lot of the houses quite a lot of the houses on our road are like owned by ethnic minorities, mainly black, some Asian. So yeah, and I don't live in the ghetto.
That's good.
Thank you. Okay. I live in a nice area, actually.
You live in another thing that you guys know about Charlene, I mean, both of us are both like, we can say that we're both quite bougie in it, so
bourgeois.
I mean, I think you probably are more than me, but like, we both definitely are bourgeois. To say the least. That's fine, it's aspirations in it. So
listen, like, you gotta speak it to live it, bruh.
Exactly,
you gotta speak it to live it. But no, that's actually really amazing. I didn't realise all that about your family. That's really amazing.
And there's probably stuff I don't. And also, can I just say, like, we don't have to dive into the secrets, but like, there's so many secrets that come out of my family. Like, do you ever like have those family chats and you're like, wait a minute, this happened? I think it's so with black family. I mean, it's with, I guess with all families, but I spoke to my ethnic friends and they're like, yeah, like, I found out some mad shit.
No, but it's just always, it's always sauce. Like, it's just always
and you're
like, it's just always sauce, man. Some spice going on, like, oh, this happened. You're like, oh my god, like, I can't believe it. And people do mad things, man.
Mad things, and I don't know if it's Caribbeans in general. I don't want to like give us the name, but like a lot of like extra marital families.
Listen,
like, all that
I don't even want to, because I don't even know who's listening right now. I'm not even like, I'm not going to bait out anyone, but just know,
if you know, you know.
Just know. We're hearing people have enough kids out there. It's wild. It's so wild.
What's going on, guys?
Wild, mate. What, absolutely wild. Like, it's black people, but we're so fun though. Like, we're so fun. Like, you just like, I just think to myself, even when I'm like hanging out with like my dad or like just funny people, like, we've got so much to us.
Bants all the time.
Right, exactly. We've got so much to us, you know, and it's just beautiful. Like, and I just, you know, I really hope that we can continue. I know, of course, there's lots of things going on and we have to pay attention to it, but I hope that we can just enjoy these moments too and just remember how amazing and beautiful that we are, you know. Just
exactly.
amazing,
I think that's why, like, I think that's why keeping a hold of the culture is so important for me, especially if I have kids. Like when you have kids, you want to just instill like, look, this is where we came from. Like we're not just UK, we're this, we're that, we're everything. Like don't forget your roots, basically. So I always just want to keep drilling that into myself, and then if I have kids eventually, so it's just so important. But speaking of heritage, so like so I think you've spoken about where you've grown up, but like have you always just been in your one area, or have you like moved about in London?
South, that's where I'm from.
South girl number one. Okay. You love your area though. I wouldn't live anywhere. You rep your ends wherever you are.
I wouldn't live anywhere else in the UK. I'll be honest with you. Only actually if I live by myself on a big estate where I don't have to see no one. Okay. Then that's fine. But aside from that, I wouldn't live anywhere else. I'm not gonna say exactly where I live, but no, South London, South East. Yeah. And I think what it is, I think why I like my area so much is that you get a bit of both. You know, there's obviously ghetto, but then there's like very much bourgeois areas. But then obviously, I went to like my first school was in my area, but it was a private school, so that was cool. And like being able to see like affluence in like ethnic minorities and specifically black people it's been a blessing to me. You know, it actually has made me who I am today. So I know that what I stand for. I know that not to take shit, and I know that black people can get to high places or can afford nice things, but like legitimately, because there's always the stigma. If black person's doing well, it's probably illegally, right? Or it's probably exactly they're probably doing some shifty shit low key. But it's like no, actually, I grew up with people who have like myself, with parents who are like city workers who have worked hard and afforded the life that we live today. So that's why we like my area. But I think it's just the culture really and the heritage. I think there's so much going around, as I said earlier, lots of different Caribbean shops, but also like there's just a lot going on. I personally couldn't live in an area where there wasn't, I would say, majority BAME, because that's the area I live in is majority BAME. I agree. So I couldn't live in an area that wasn't, to be honest. No. So what about you though? Totally agree. How about you feel about your
same area? Like with South girl, always a South girl. Same though, like I've obviously just moved, and like that was another thing that's important to me. I've literally just moved up the road from my house. it's not even far, but still like it's important for me. It's just important for me to like have like the market, so like I know I can get my little Caribbean bits.
Fam, you've got to have the seasoning though.
You have to. Like look, if an area doesn't have plantain, it's not for me. Like it's
fam, my gosh, you couldn't have taken the words out of my mouth. You need to have the Maggie. You need to have the all-purpose. Like when I tell you the seasoning we have is in the big jar. The jar, which you twist up. That you can't.
That's jerk seasoning.
What's this? We've got the jerk, the fish, and the all-purpose in the big jar. Who's using these little shakers? What's that? What's that going to do for me?
Exactly, them little small Sainsbury's jar. No,
and then we've got the Asian man at the end of the road who's got it in the packet as well, in the plastic.
So we just the little Roger seasoning.
Yes, them. Like you can't. Or it's like some people are really missing out. And you know what I realised is actually this is actually such an important point, because my auntie lives outside of London now in Hertfordshire, and she literally is like, anytime she comes down, it's like a luxury for her. She's like, no, she's like to my mum, like, can you get this for me? Can you get that for me? It's like, mum, I'm like, you're not her servant, but at the same time I get it. Like she just is not, she just does not have access to these things at all. And I could never imagine a life like that. I could not. I can't live in an area where I can't find food at 11, 12 o'clock at night, because sometimes you're hungry and there ain't no food in the house. I need to be able to order food or go somewhere to get my food. Like I don't understand.
You've got little Morley's on the side.
Morley's, the 24 hours McDonald's, all that. Like
it's so true. That's how, speaking of your auntie though, like that's how I felt in Brighton. Like it was that, and there was also the hair shops. Where am I getting hair grease?
Days.
So like my scalp was like suffering. I'm like, mum, I beg you. Like my mum would send me care packages. She'd have to send me care packages, like just grease, everything. So like there was nothing there. So,
I mean, unfortunately, with the rise of Amazon, to be fair, you can actually order. So in lockdown, when shops weren't open, I was actually ordering all my stuff from Amazon. So I was even getting like perming cream or whatever, whatever I needed from Amazon. But and to be honest with you, I'm in a catch-22 really, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to find a black-owned hair shop, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired of giving my money to these other man them. Right. So then I'm like, okay, should I just continue ordering from Amazon? So like, because it's convenient, and I don't only know who I'm buying from. Yeah, that's another thought as well.
There's apparently one in Peckham though. I can't remember the name of it, but have you heard of that one? It's kind of like new-ish.
I heard there was one in Peckham. Yeah, I heard there was one in Peckham. So yeah, I definitely will look to try and support that. Yeah, I want to find one, and if the prices are 20p more, I have to suck it up. But I want to really support you know, a black owned hair business, especially because it's crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to go in a shop and then I'm like, oh yeah, which product works best for my hair, and the guy's looking at me blank face because they're Asian,
right?
Afro hair.
Exactly.
And it's like it doesn't even make sense, is it? So
exactly. No, exactly. It's crazy. No,
yeah,
mad. Okay, well, moving on to something else. Something that you probably wanted to. Well, actually, no. I'll ask this question. Obviously, we've spoken about our heritage, our culture, where we're from, you know, and all about us. But you know, a big part of, you know, that has been, you know, definitely intertwined into the podcast, and you know how we've decided to facilitate this and how we decided to, I guess, develop it and progress it so far. So, you know, in your opinion, how do you feel like it's been going? Like how do you feel it's been going? Is there anything, actually, how about this is a specific question, is there anything you feel like you've learnt, something that you didn't realise before, maybe in some of our episodes that you know that you would like to highlight again? Or
I think this, for me, like, I think it's really like a great progression, because obviously the first one we were just like having a bit of a joke around and sort of like feeling it out, which I really enjoyed. But something that I've learned to do is just be like brave with like what the content that you want to put out, not to overthink it too much. Is something that's very true, and I think that we've tried to do that, especially with this new series. I've really enjoyed this new series personally, just because I enjoy like delving into those, like, you know, those touchy subjects or like things that people may not know well. So like definitely going around and like reading extra things. I think we learned that mostly from our first episode, which not the first episode, was it the This May Not Destroy You?
I think
I learned and I think I definitely learned from, like, I think I dropped like a statistic that wasn't like actually factual, and from then I was like, no, like it's so important that if we're gonna like put content out, if it's gonna be about a specific topic, then to make sure we are like well informed and we're giving the right information. So definitely that I would say. I like that. I like what you said, that to be sort of more brave with your voice. I think what you don't realise behind the scenes is that obviously Afia and I discuss what, like, you know, a little bit what we're going to talk about on air, and definitely have a lot of discussions surrounding, like, you know, like, do you think we should talk about this, like, is it appropriate to do so, or if we're going to do it in what way? And we definitely butted heads you know, several times, because everyone's got different comfortability. No, absolutely, everyone's got comfortability levels, and also people maybe have more of an understanding on a particular subject than others. So I give a great example. The episode where we spoke about LGBTQIA+, Afia's got a lot more understanding and knowledge about that subject than I do. Like, I really don't have much, and I said that at the time as well. So that, you know, was a great example of a time where, you know, we wanted to make sure that we, you know, represent ourselves well, but also not to, obviously, and also wanted to make sure we didn't offend anyone and things like that. And so that definitely was a learning curve. And so I would agree actually that that's also been, I think, a similar thing for me too. Nice.
And really great development, just personal development, which is also so important, you know.
Because if you like, I think I was listening to like our first episode the other day, and I was like, oh my god, we were so like nervous and so we were like and like towards the end of that episode we warmed up a bit more and it was fine, but like it's just the start and then now is like, it's great to just see the difference of where we're at now. So I mean, have you got anything else that you would add to that, or is that, you know, just
I think that's definitely one major thing, but I think in terms of mainly really just learning about new things. I think I've learned actually about a lot of things I didn't actually know about, or haven't had the time to research, you know, prior to this, and even things surrounding, you know, even you spoke a lot about, you know, the Black experience, Black lives and things like that. Like obviously I know about it because I'm a Black person, but like it, as you said yourself, it gave me an opportunity to like research things that I might not have done as extensively before. So it's true. And I think we've learned about each other. I think like other people will know that like just because you're Black doesn't mean we all have the same experience. Like obviously you went to private school, I went to a public school. Is that what you call it? A public school? Is that what it is? Government school.
So our experiences are different. So I learned more about like how it was for you, because I assumed that like private schools were like, oh, it'd be like really racist, really segregated, but you're like, no, actually, like this is how my experience was. So it was really interesting for me to actually learn that. So learning more about you as well was like something that I found quite interesting.
So we haven't actually said, I mean, purposely haven't really said like how we know each other. I think we're gonna keep that a little mystery.
We're not gonna say
for now. Maybe one day we will, but just know that obviously we have been quite good friends for I think what it is that it's been a short amount of time, but it's been a concentrated amount of time, we'll say that. So I think this definitely changed our relationship for sure, in a good way, I think, actually, because it means that we've had to like okay, I'll give you a great example. Everyone who knows Afia knows that she'll look at her phone and not respond, and like you can either get offended by it or you don't. I don't think it's actually intentional. It's not intentional. She just does it. No. But the thing is, I understand that. I've actually sat there and watch her look at her phone and put it down again. So like I have that visual in my head.
So that's what you're thinking I'm doing every time.
where we might be in a situation where I can feel like, Afia, like what's going on. But let's be clear. Now it's to a point where I'm actually very relaxed on my phone anyway, just because I try to put my phone down. But the point is not to take offense to it. So I think in situations like that, we've learned like how to work better with one another in this capacity, which I think has actually been better which has been positive, I think, for our relationship too. So that I think has been a great thing for me as well.
No, definitely.
And I think in terms of that, you just learn to live with it, man. That's the fear for you.
Yeah.
Like, she's not, but actually. But actually, I was gonna say this is actually a great way to segue into like star signs and stuff, because I think that actually has got that's a good part. It's a good part of why this might be the case.
Yes. So go on, Charlene. You love to talk about. Go on.
Okay, well, I was gonna say you should start with your star sign, but do you think I should start?
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Talk about you. So my girl is
a Libra.
Right.
So I was gonna say like celebrities, but I don't know anyone. Anyway, so I'm a Libra, born on the 29th of September, so it was literally my birthday.
Happy birthday to Fia. You should have seen me killed it on the IG.
Thank you. So and you the fucking stories that you put up on our IG. I actually forgot you even recorded that, but yeah. So funny. So yeah, Libras were meant to be like really balanced, hard. Actually, this is probably something that you should understand about me, Charlene. It's hard for me to make decisions. So you probably noticed that because you ask me questions, I'm like, I don't know, and you're like, just give me an answer. That's Libra, isn't it? We're very indecisive. It's really hard to make any decisions. I think we're quite like laid back, easy-going. I don't know what else. Some Libra
celebrities, if you want to know.
Fashion.
John Lennon. Lil Wayne.
This is like, it's not even good one.
Halsey.
Kim Kardashian, I think, is one. Halsey's actually got the same birthday as me, which is quite weird. But yeah.
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Eminem. Okay.
These are like not good people.
Yeah, so. Kim Kardashian, you're right. She is one. And Cardi B.
Right, yes. Cardi B. That could be my dreaming. But I think that's quite interesting though, because all of those people are very different characters. Cardi B is obviously very eccentric and I feel like, because my friend is a Libra as well, and like I think we're both on the opposite ends. So my friend is on Killer Track. So Amelia from Killer Track, she's like very eccentric, like a lot louder than what I am, whereas like me, I'm like, I can be like very reserved if I don't know the person. So like there's just two different kinds of Libras. Yeah,
like if it would be peering at you like side eyeing you, like, okay. I remember the first time I met you actually, and you were kind of awkward. I mean, the situation was awkward.
I'm proper awkward. I'm socially
awkward. Awkward. Like there's times where we're having a conversation, okay, and or not even conversation. Okay, how do I put this? Maybe I'll just say what it is. We have topics we'll talk about in the podcast, and there's a topic that we haven't touched upon yet. And I think that, to be honest with you, I think Afia was kind of avoiding it, but wasn't really saying that she's avoiding it until I said, "Are you avoiding it?" And then she's like, "Well, yeah." so that's what I mean by awkward. And it's like I think it comes from just a place of uncomfortability, really. Not like it's not like a malicious. I don't think it's malicious. Is what I'm trying to say. No. I think it's just like I don't know. From what I've experienced, it seems that you're just uncomfortable. When you're uncomfortable, you become quite reserved, and then therefore,
because I think that's how that is true. And it's also when I'm meeting new people as well. Like when I meet people are like, oh my god, I thought you were so quiet. And I'm an observer. I'm a big time observer.
Right.
So like if I'm in a group situation, I'm just meeting people, I'll be very quiet because I'm sort of feeling people out. I'm like, oh, like what are you like? My intuition is mostly like correct on people. So if I've got like an inkling that you're like, you may be a bit off key,
but that's interesting. That's the same with me, and I think people of my star sign as well. Our intuition is quite like I'll see you and I'll be like, okay, cool. I already know. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, I know what sort of person.
Yeah, not trying to do that still.
Go on, Charlene. What is your star sign?
Well, I'm a Cancer, you know, if you didn't know already.
Cancer.
Yeah, so we're empathetic. Like, we really feel people, especially people we care about. Definitely emotional, but emotional. But we're the kind of emotional where, like, I don't know, the people that I know, like, we'll feel away, but we're kind of emotional where, like, we're emotional by ourselves. So, like, I probably won't speak with someone for a few days, and I've been in my room just like in my head kind of thing. But we're overthinkers as well. That's another thing. Over fucking thinkers.
I think you're like very protected of like your, what's the word? Not of yourself. No, like, what's the word? Like, you know how people view you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like you never, when there's times when like I can be like, oh yeah, like I can just not disagree with what you're saying, but just sort of like contradict your point. You're like, oh no, I meant this. So like you're very much like, you want to like make sure you're coming across the right way, which I like. But you want to make sure like people are not taking what you're saying the wrong way. So like I feel like you're definitely very protective of like who you are and like how you want to be seen. So
yeah,
that's what I'll say.
I would agree with that for sure. I would agree with that too. I think that's the case with people that I either don't know or people that I like. If it's someone that I don't like though, then I don't care. But if it's like, if it's people I don't know versus and as well as people that like I know or that I've got relationships with, then definitely I would agree with that statement for sure. I think we're definitely homebodies for sure. We like to stay our asses at home, but then we're also kind of a bit of both. We're also the life of the party. It just depends on the day. I think, Afia, you've probably seen both. Like, I can be like I can be the life of the party, but also like I really just can stay in the house for like a month, and it's not, I wouldn't like this COVID, of course the situation's horrible, but I'm not gonna lie, I love staying at home, so it's not really a big deal for me. Definitely very, very sort of like territorial. We're definitely, I think in general we kind of have like a creative aura in a sense, like a lot of
the creativity.
A lot of Cancers that I know, like even if they have like corporate jobs, they still have creative sides to them, kind of quite sort of like in that is that what I mean? So I've got a friend who's a social worker who very much aside, like far away from that, but she's also like creative in other things that she does. So like, for example, in terms of like famous people, what are you gonna say?
Yes, Ariana Grande,
Khloe Kardashian,
Selena Gomez, my husband Charles Melton. Just throwing that in there. I'm
gonna throw in a few people I love though. Wizkid, Burna Boy, Mr. Easy. They're all Cancers. Okay, don't get twisted. They're all Cancers. My favourite person.
Wait, who did you pick? I'm gonna look at Libras because you probably picked some dry people.
No, I actually just typed it into Google and said the top. Oh yeah, no, obviously we can't talk about. Got to talk about Salon. She's a Libra. Sorry, she's a Cancer. Sorry, she's a Cancer. Wow, got me confused there. Fine. Don't get twisted. She's a Cancer.
Yes,
and I think no, Kendrick Lamar might actually be a Gemini. I'm not sure.
Okay. No, how can you miss Will Smith? Like, that's a good one to mention for bad. Libra.
Yeah, no, he's Kendrick Lamar's a Gemini. And then Afia's favourite person in life is a Cancer. Favourite person in life. Who do you think I'm going to say?
Who's that?
Charlemagne the God. He's a Cancer.
I was waiting for someone like really good.
But he is. But yeah, we're definitely givers for sure. Like, if we can, like, we're givers, like, definitely consider people a lot. So trust me, because there's been some campaigns that I've gone on, we'll say it loosely, that like have been for the betterment of not only me, but for, I think about the people around me and how that's going to impact them too, if that makes sense. So that's something that's really, I'm quite aware of. So
what star signs do you like just not get along with? If you believe in that. So I think is it a Capricorn? It's weird because most Capricorns I don't really think is that January?
It's like the end of December, January, I think. I think most Capricorns I don't get along with, but there's one Capricorn I do. He's one of my closest friends, but in general I don't get along with him. Aries I found a bit difficult as well. Like Aries, but then again, we have a friend who's an Aries. We have a friend, Ainazul. She's an Aries.
Is Aina? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but in general, I find Aries quite difficult. And to be honest with you, even though Ainazul's the homie, of course, like I could understand how there might be things that might clash with our personalities, if you like, put it that way.
That's interesting. See, for me, like Aries, so Aries is supposed to be someone I'd get along with really well. I'm like, my boyfriend's in Aries. So no, and like Cancers I'm actually not supposed to get along with, which is quite interesting.
Is it?
And like, yeah, because they was like, no, like you're not going to be like friends, you're not going to be allowed to go out with them, whatever. And I've never met a Cancer until I met you, I don't think. Anyway.
Is it? I think it's interesting. I think the reason why I think that our relationship is where it is because of the situation we're in.
Yeah,
as
true.
well as then obviously adding the podcast and things like that. I think that, but I think that, to be honest with you, one, obviously it's generalizing, so I don't actually follow it, but I do find it interesting that a lot of my friends are Cancers. So like,
no, it makes sense
a lot. So like, it's like when I'm feeling emotional and or feeling the way about something, it's like I don't really have to explain myself, because they'll get it straight away. Leos are some people I don't really fuck with like that either. And so, but yeah, who I do supposedly we're compatible with are Scorpios and Pisces, obviously because we're all water signs. But yeah, I think mainly I wonder actually who supposedly, I think for Cancers, Tauruses are not amazing either, supposedly, but I find that quite surprising, because Tauruses are almost always also hermits, and like we're hermits. So like I find that quite interesting that supposedly we're not compatible. I don't know any Tauruses. Yeah, but yeah, star signs are an interesting one for me. I think for me,
I love star signs.
Yeah, I think for me, I just find it so interesting when I see like actual like links and like trends, and I think that I see that in my personal life, because as I said, literally like 3 of my closest friends are all Cancers. So so it's like it's really interesting. Like there's so many similarities with us. There's so many similarities. Whether I could be with a Cancer, I don't know. Because emotional men is a whole nother story, man. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, yeah.
I don't know about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It is a lot. I would say like I get my closest friends are friends who are like towards the end of the year.
Right.
Those ones are like Scorpios, Sagittarius, is like Virgos, all that a lot. So like what's my sign? Am I an air sign? I don't know.
What is wait, I think Libra's air. Might be.
It's an air sign, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah. So all them people, all them lot. My perfect match is apparently an Aries and Aquarius or Gemini. And Gemini
that's
is terrifying
very
me.
yeah, no,
so
Geminis are that's strong energy. That's very strong energy.
Kanye West. No.
Listen, let me not lie to you. I firsthand have seen a Cancer and Gemini relationship, and it's a bit wild. I'm not gonna lie.
That sounds toxic. That sounds
it's not like it's not ideal, to be honest. I mean, it's been a successful relationship, but it's not ideal.
Has it? Okay.
It's been. I mean, yeah, it's a successful relationship, meaning that they've been together for years, but it's not. It's seeing it firsthand is like it's low-key a head fuck. So. For me personally, I don't think I'm never gonna say like no, I can't date you because your birthday's in June, but but yeah, I can't lie to you and tell you that I'm like I don't know about that. I mean, Geminis are bipolar. I mean, that's a fact. So they've got 2 personalities, and that is scary.
Terrifying people. They are who's fucking Donald Trump's a Gemini, like Jesus. And I think what's that man from this country? You know what I mean? What's his name? Boris Johnson. Yeah, I think he's a Gemini as well.
Shit, that's kind of scary.
It all makes sense, doesn't it? So
on that note, I mean, we have to. I mean, what a fucking farce.
Yeah, what's going on?
What a farce was that? What was that? What was it?
I only saw a little bit of it. I saw when Joe Biden told him like, "Can you shut up, man?" Like that part. That's
he was like, what did he say? He said, "You're yapping away. You keep yapping."
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, I didn't watch the whole thing either because it's a waste of time. However, I mean, obviously the response has been crazy. So sorry if we haven't said, we're referring to the presidential debate that took place on the 30th of September in America for obviously the elections coming up in November. And yeah, it's a fucking farce. I mean, at the end of the day, we already know about Donald Trump, and we kind of already know about Joe Biden. So really, unfortunately, Americans are in a position where they're picking the best of 2 evils. That's the reality of it.
Exactly.
However, I think that the worst of evil is a lot worse, actually. Right now. Because I mean,
Donald Trump is terrifying. He didn't want to denounce the white supremacists. So
I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. Like they actually said, he said, "Proud Boys stand back but stand by." Are you mad?
Yeah.
He actually
he's just inciting the violence again, and he's done this.
And he's also basically alluded, or not even alluded, he essentially said, if I don't win, you man can start violence.
You let stand, but exactly.
I was just like, are you crazy? Are you?
He's done it so many times.
No, I was floored. And then like the moderator literally asked him as well, so plainly, so it's not even like you can take it out of context. Like he said, are you going to denounce white supremacists? He started by saying, yeah, but then actually it's the far left that's the issue. No, far left and Antifa that's the issue. I mean, Antifa is an issue, yes, but like it's what the hell? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then it's like people in those groups are just getting gassed, like yeah, we're ready, my G. Are you mad?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. It's absolutely crazy. I couldn't imagine, like, it's like, the polarizing situation in America is just so horrible. Not only doing pandemic, not only doing Black Lives Matter and them just doing madness to black people, you're now dealing with just an absolute fucking crazy, he's got a mental illness.
Just a full-on racist. And like, he is a white supremacist. I'm not sure if you know about Donald Trump's history from before he was a president, but he used to be involved in housing, and like he used to like specifically say like, do not rent any of my houses to black people. So like black people would obviously come along and be like, oh no, sorry, it's not available. He do shit like that from then. So like he's been racist. And obviously, like, you know, Central Park 5, he was campaigning for those boys to be like put to death basically, and obviously they're innocent.
Oh
so,
my
like,
gosh, I didn't know that.
Yes, he had a whole article in the fucking newspaper saying get these boys in the fucking electric chair sort of shit. Like he wanted them dead, and obviously they're innocent. Like he's been a racist. So
also like it's such a fucking, I cannot understand how you can actually support that. Like, I mean, obviously the white supremacists are going to do that, but anyone else who's kind of like in the middle,
there's no logical reason, because people are like, oh, but I'm not a racist. No, but you are though. If you're supporting that, then you are. There's
absolutely crazy. I just was so floored. And obviously right now in the moment in the press there's this whole thing about how he basically evaded tax, you know.
Yeah, he paid $750,
which is absolutely crazy.
Awful.
Absolutely awful. Crazy. So for you business people who are like, yeah, you know, well, you know, like my business is doing better, think about that. My guy paid no tax and you still had to pay your tax. How do you feel about that? How do you feel?
Exactly.
So like, think about that when
and
you're
at the end of the day, no one wants to pay tax in it. We don't want to pay tax, but we pay tax in it because it benefits our societies and whatever.
I would say actually more so in England than
America.
But yeah, that is the purpose of it.
You know, exactly. So like, yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, meanwhile in the UK, we've got a prime minister who's done practically nothing since we've had COVID. I mean, like where has he been? Nowhere. He's chilling.
Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be seen.
Bodge, can we find you? Bodge?
No.
Bodge.
Apparently he went on a holiday, didn't he, for like a couple of days on like, I think it was like the 14th of September. They found out that he went away. I think he was in like Spain or some shit like that. Apparently
that's not true. Is what I've seen actually.
The girl was I wouldn't be surprised.
The baby was there. The girl and the baby were there, but apparently he was not there. Right, supposedly.
But
I don't know.
That's what they say. All these Tories, you know, the Tory lies. And like the stuff that they're coming out with, I'm not sure if you heard recently that they're now trying to change the PSHE curriculum. They're basically trying to stop people from speaking about left-wing views. So they're like, we don't speak about any extremist groups, and people are thinking that they're talking about Black Lives Matter. You're not allowed to speak out against the government or capitalism. So it's basically like slowly turning into a fascist society, the UK is. So it's pretty terrifying. So
when are we buying our ticket to Barbados, Afia?
I know. Like, let me get my citizenship.
Let's run me my money, fam.
Do you know what I mean?
Bring me in. I beg. Like, I will happily go with you on a spousal visa.
Mate. Let's do 90 Day Fiance. Oh my god, yes.
I will go with you on a. By the way, that is another madness. But mess, an actual mess. But let me go on a spousal. I mean, Matthew can chill. Like, let me go. On a spousal visa.
He'll be alright. Here.
Because like, this ain't it. I'm not gonna lie. This is not it. Like, I cannot believe. It's absolutely terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. And to be someone that's trying to be a trailblazer, you know, Afia and I are both very outspoken in our different circles, whether it be professional, personal, whatever the case is, and it's like, you know, to be kind of, you know, not kind of denounced or gagged, it's like, it's scary. It's actually really scary.
Terrifying. And it's happened more often than you guys think. So
trust me, it's scary. So
yeah,
it's like,
And then well, I mean, and then Mia Motley, obviously, like they're taking Mia Motley,
becoming
so they're
independent.
They're removing themselves. They're like, no, we're gonna become like the Republic of Barbados. So like, we don't need the UK, and the British people getting pissed off because we lost you on holidays in Barbados. Like, what do you mean?
They'll probably have an agreement anyway. So I don't know why they're tripping so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they'll have an agreement. They won't have to. We don't have to get a visa. Like, come on. Like, realistically, that's not gonna happen. They just want to see.
Her reason is it was great. She was like, we want to see like we want Bayesian people to know that they can one day be at a high position.
Absolutely.
We want black people in Barbados to know. I'm like, of course, like, yes, let's do that. Like, she's running that country so well. So shout out to me, Molly. Love her.
My God, everyone's saying Rihanna for Queen. I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I'm so here for it. If they can put Rihanna on the money, I'll be gassed. I'm not even gonna lie.
Can you imagine? Because if you go to the airport, she's in the airport. There's like a big picture of Rihanna. Like, as soon as you go to the
she's the ambassador. I mean, what do you mean? She's the tourism ambassador. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I would assume she's got a diplomatic diplomatic passport at this point. I would imagine.
She must do.
I would imagine she must do.
Maybe. I mean, she's got her own fucking drive, so Rihanna.
Does she?
Yes, from where she used to live in it. She lives like near my auntie.
Oh my God.
Well, she lived near my auntie. But yeah, she got Rihanna Drive.
Rihanna Drive. Wait, can you do an accent, please?
With the Bayesian accent.
Yes,
Rihanna,
please.
Rihanna Drive. I can't really do
Rihanna Drive.
Rihanna Drive. I'm gonna come down.
We love it. Love it. But I mean, I think, to be honest with you, I think this is a good place to kind of start wrapping up. But
yeah,
honestly, this has kind of been a whirlwind, and we just need to stay strong. As you know, Thea and I's ethos is always, we're unapologetically black, we're unapologetically alternative. We cannot be put in a box anymore. Black people can do anything the fuck we want to do. We can do anything. And I think that although sometimes we have to go through hard times and storms, and it really can really feel like you cannot see past what you're going through right now. You might feel stuck, you might feel, and you also might see people around you, progressing and developing, but just trust me, like, your time is going to come. Like, it really is. And I'm speaking for myself as well, because my time's not come yet, but it's going to come, like, I know. And for Afia as well, our time is going to come. And all of you listening as well, there's hope. There really is hope. Whether it be somewhere else, that's okay, but there is hope, and we could do this, man.
Charlene, like, can you just be a motivational speaker? Like, I need these talks like at the beginning of the day, like, just to get me going.
Listen, I'm feeling very therapized today. We'll say that. So it's just very like,
I'm glad.
It's you got to do 180 sometimes, but it's really it's hard out here, and we get it. We really get it. But just know we've got some stuff coming for you. We don't know when yet. It'll be soonish, but we're gonna give ourselves at least a few weeks to just gather ourselves. But we'll be back, definitely. So yeah.
Thanks for all the support, guys. That's the end of season 2.
Thank you.
We'll be back for season 3 eventually. So yeah, take care.
All right.
And that's All London Podcast signing out. Oh my God, that's so cheesy. I'll never do that again.
Peace out.
Bye.